Hello children, today I will tell you about biographical writings or biographical books. A biography is a detailed description of a person's life. It involves more than just the basic facts like education, work, relationships and death. It portrays a person's experience of these life events. Unlike a profile or a curriculum vitae, a biography presents a subject's life story highlighting various aspects of his or her life, including intimate detail of experience, and may include an analysis of the subject's personality. Biographical works are usually non-fiction, but fiction can also be used to portray a personal life or person's life. One in-depth form of biographical coverage is called legacy writing. Works in diverse media from literature to film from the genre known as biography. An authorized biography is written with the permission or cooperation and at time participation of subject or a subject's known persons. An autobiography is written by the person himself or herself, sometimes with the assistance of a collaboration or a ghostwriter.
Children, you can see today I brought the biography of Rabindranath Tagore for you. This book is from library, from our library. You always came to ask for this book, but now you can't come to the library, so I will narrate the book for you. Not the whole book, but I will narrate important parts from the book. When India was becoming free from the British rule, there was a large wave of awareness about social, economic, and educational problems that faced the country. Rabindranath Tagore, whom Gandhiji fondly called his Gurudev, was in the forefront among the nation's thinkers on the educational infrastructure. He contributed his talent not only here but also in his unstinting effort toward the freedom struggle, as he was an advocate of early freedom for India. Tagore won the prestigious Nobel Prize for Literature for his poem Gitanjali in 1913. 2 years later, he was honored a rare privilege of distinction for Indians of those times. But he returned both honors as a protest against the ruthless action with innocent Indians in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919 at Amritsar. In a letter, he wrote to Viceroy, the disproportionate severity of the punishment inflicted upon the unfortunate people and the method of carrying it out, we are not convinced without parallel in the history of civilized government, and these are the reason which was painfully completed me to ask your excellency to relieve me of my title. Tagore remained a true patriot to the every end. Gandhiji greatly respects Tagore and was enormously influenced by his views. Though Tagore was more or less ignored by the West as a reformer and critic of colonialism, probably because they failed to recognize his worth fully. Rabindranath Tagore was born in Kolkata on May 7, 1861. He was a very wealthy Brahmin family of landlords and was the youngest of 14 children. His father was Maharshi Devendranath Tagore, who was a well known scholar and religious reformer, a leading member of the Brahmo Samaj. Rabindranath Tagore's mother, Sharada Devi, died when the boy was so young that he did not understand the magnitude of the tragedy till her body was taken away for cremation. His grandfather was a very prosperous and philanthropic man who helped many valid causes like the Kolkata Medical College. Tagore was mostly educated at home. His teaching at home was predominated by literature. He read works in Sanskrit, English, and Bengali. Tagore is said to have translated the whole of Shakespeare's Macbeth into Bengali during this period. It was at this time of his life Tagore grew very close to his brothers. He wrote very little in English before he translated the Gitanjali, which got him the Nobel Prize. He was like many other people of his time who had a feel and love for their own language and found it difficult to master other languages. Tagore loved to wander among the mountains of the Himalayas and he went alone by choice, with just a wooden staff to protect him. He respected his father for giving him this liberty to do this and claimed that his father always encouraged him to develop self discipline, independence of spirit, and dislike for domineering behavior. He held a standard, not a disciplinary rod. Tagore proudly spoke of his father later. He went to England to study law at University College London in 1878, but gave it up shortly after a year since he did not like staying there, nor did he cold weather agree with him. It is claimed that once Tagore gave a beggar there a gold coin when the latter asked for alms. The poor man was so shocked by the gift that he promptly returned the coin to Tagore and refused to accept it. After this, Tagore spent most of his time writing poems, plays, short stories, and novels. He attained early recognition as a writer in his native Bengal, and his translations rapidly made him known figure in the West too, resulting in him taking lectures tours which projecting India's spiritual heritage. In 1883, Tagore married Mrinalini Devi Rai Chaudhuri, a child bride, who was completely unliterate at the time and whom he took up himself to teach her Bengali and Sanskrit. When Tagore was about 40 years old, he felt an increasing urge to move to Shantiniketan, his old village, where his forest retreat to start a school. He wanted to mold it on the tradition of the Tapovan, the ancient forest ashram, mentioned by in the famous work of Kalidasa called Sakuntala, based on the principles of ancient brahmacharyas. He wants to make a university there. From 1902 to 1907, he lost his wife, a son, and a daughter. And also in 1905, he lost his father. The pain of this combined loss gave birth to his masterpiece poetry on divine and human love, the Gitanjali. In 1910, it was translated into English by the Gurudev himself and won him worldwide acclaim, including the Nobel Prize for Literature. Rabindranath sold his gold watch and chain, his wife's jewelry, and a house he owned at Puri on the beach, and a few of his works for a small paltry sum so that he could make his dream school come true, Santiniketan. Satyajit Ray and Indira Gandhi were both product of Santiniketan. The Indian national anthem Janagana Mana was chosen in 1950s and composed by Tagore in 1911. Officially, it was written for the National Congress in Calcutta, where it was sung for the first time. Between 1916 and 1941, Tagore published 21 collections of songs and poems. He traveled across the globe to Europe, America, China, Japan, Malaysia, and Indonesia, to name some of the places, lecturing to a very intellectual audience. Tagore's novels and short stories had an element of psychological realism in them and deeply influenced Indian literature. On the morning of July 25, 1941, he left Santiniketan for the last time. The whole ashram had gathered tearfully to bid. What they knew was their last farewell to their beloved Gurudev. 2 weeks later, he expired in an upstairs room of his Calcutta house, the very part of the building where he was born. Children, next week I will give you a short story of Tagore for reading. For this week, you have to finish the author's biography worksheet. This worksheet is about biography of famous author. It is very nice worksheet. I like it, this worksheet. Choose a famous author and fill in this report form. and the interesting topics are there. No need to take printout. If not possible, don't take printout. I want the points to be written nicely. Think about the biography, read it properly, and then write the worksheet. One more thing, I will not send you video this week, so you can search YouTube or Google for the information about Rabindranath Tagore. Best of luck. Do your work nicely. I'll see when school will open. File all the worksheet properly. Goodbye.